That place is supposed to be Parliament. They still occupy it. They have imprisoned themselves there. No. I need to hear something like that. You need to come out, Uganda Prison Service. You need to release that space for Parliament. We needed it yesterday. You are so comfortable in the city center. I don't know what you like about it. No, Minister. What do they want here? Yet they have space.
It's not that we have space, Honorable Chairman. We are trying to relocate Luzira prison. And in the process of relocating Luzira prison, we hope we shall build
the headquarters.
A better headquarters fit for modern prison services. Luzira prison should have been relocated yesterday. I don't want to discuss the details of Luzira prison.
No, headquarters, at least. Not
even the prison, because you see, when that prison was constructed, it was far from town center. Right now, the city has engulfed the prison, and the attendant security concerns of the prison are really of a serious nature. So we hope we shall be able to relocate to Luzira prison and then build a headquarters and then vacate your...
But you can build a headquarters before you relocate the prison.
Let's see what it can.
Okay.
What do you say?
We'll give you funds if that's what you need.
Yeah, we need funds to but also I wanted to supplement my senior that there's a building where we'll have some space and maybe with the guidance of the minister, if it is possible to relocate the headquarters to fit one, but the minister, at Naguru. But the minister is the one to guide. So
okay. For us, us as Parliament, we really want you out of here.
The minister, but I don't know if it will be enough to fit all the prison.
Okay.
But the minister will guide us.
Thank you.
That one.
Okay. Okay. The vote. Oh, first of all, I welcome my colleague, Honorable Arning. Where are you? Maybe it will come out clear in ministerial policy statement. Now, when you talk about ICT, we know you keep high-profile offenders, including terrorists. Oh, it's not good since they are not yet convicted of that international offense. They are offenders. It's important that you monitor them. Maybe even their behavior. Are they recruiting while in prison? It's very, very important. So I see CCTVs not only for escape, but also for behavior. It's very important. Headquarters, we need you out of town, like yesterday. Sure. Parliament needs to occupy that space. We wonder why you love coming to the city center. We'll give you the money. Health care management, well, important. Okay, but let me welcome my colleague, Honorable Kahonda. Please introduce yourself. Then we give a chance to others.
Thank you, Chair. My name is retired Captain Denozio Kahonda, MP Ruhinda South, Mitoma District.
Welcome, Honorable Kahonda, a very senior member of this committee. So, any other contribution to that from you, prisons, especially with regards to what you think you can update us on vis-a-vis our concerns? We like when you give us the latest inmate statistics. Yes?
To prison.
And we begin with the financial performance. It is on slide 6. We had an approved budget of 601.446 billion, and 47.67% of it has been released by end of second quarter, and 96.76% of the released funds were spent by the end of quarter 2. So that is the financial performance. And on the fiscal performance, we give it under the strategic objectives, and there are 5 strategic objectives. The first one is safe, secure, and humane custodial services. And under that one, sir, we are reporting on construction of male prisoners' wards, where we had planned 39, and all of them, the construction is ongoing at different stages as it is reflected. Then we also planned to construct female prisoners' wards at the reflected prisons, and all the 8 prisons are under construction and at different stages as it is reflected. Then, sir, we are also reporting on the daily average of prisoners looked after, and we are saying that some of the female prisoners have babies, and we have an additional of 294 babies who are staying with their mothers in prison. We are reporting on construction of staff houses. We have 734 staff houses in different prisons being constructed and at different stages. And we're also reporting on installation of water or establishment of water systems. And this is intended to cut down on the expenses of water, but also to have prisons that are not on the national grid to have safe and clean water. Still on the same strategic objective, we are reporting on the support given to staff living with HIV/AIDS, then also the performance of duty-free shop for staff, and also the welfare in terms of staff spouses. On the next slide, sir, that is the second strategic objective. We are reporting on rehabilitation, reformation, and reintegration of offenders. And we are reflecting on inmates who are attending the formal education and also adult learning and community education. Chair and members, we are also reporting on the number of offenders who are being imparted with the vocational skills, and that is in agriculture and industries. Then lastly, on that strategic objective, we are reporting on inmates who have been reintegrated back into their respective communities after their release. The third strategic objective, Chair, is access to justice. And for access to justice, we are reporting in terms of length of stay on remand. However, to note, and which is a negative, is that the length of stay on remand has increased both for capital offenders and for petty offenders. But also we need to note that this is a sector target which includes many players, prisons, police, DPP, judiciary, and others.
Now, Honorable Minister, so that is noted. So what do you propose? Because that's now our target. Because it can't remain year in, year out. What do you propose? Non-custodial policies like the Honorable General was guided. Why don't you? Because the reason why prisons and police are in one sector is that you should work out a mechanism. Then if that mechanism requires funds, we are here to provide.
Honorable Chair, this is a chicken and egg situation. I think the comprehensive remedy is in the increase of judicial officers. You know, I've had the benefit of being Minister of Justice, and right now I'm
Minister of
Home
Internal
Affairs, without sufficient judicial officers.
Thank you. Last financial year, I recall with alacrity that we made provision for funds to enable, because there was an argument that prisons are located far away from magistrates' courts or high court. We made provision for funds, for fuel, to transport prisoners. You remember that? Switch on.
The market and nobody buys.
And you take them back. I hear you. Okay, so that now falls. It's make sure we capture it as one of the recommendations, because we are all committed to making sure we reduce on the on that. Okay, go on. Now, what are your priorities?
Thank you, Chair. To go to the priorities for 2026-27, begin from, and the first priority is on management of prison congestion, which has been talked about, and the plan is to construct 37 low-cost wards in 20 prisons and create a capacity of 2,775. And the second priority, sir, is in terms of staff accommodation, that is construction. Our strategy is to construct 800 local staff houses per year, but that one requires 12.8 billion. However, 2.5 has been allocated and a shortfall of 10.2 billion. The third priority is construction of prison headquarters, which you had mentioned, and we received the letters from the Speaker of Parliament and the Prime Minister to vacate the premises for Parliament. But the requirement to construct at Luzira is 91.5 billion, and as a commitment, we have allocated 10.5 billion. So the shortfall is 81 billion.
Chair, maybe I can highlight on that matter a little. Currently, only a third of my staff are accommodated in the building that Parliament is requesting for. The rest of the staff are hiring. We are renting. That the place we are renting, which is NSS building, is close to us. And I hope that situation does not change. So even if we go to Jello's house tomorrow, we can only take maybe half of the staff. Half of the staff will still remain on renting. Or if Parliament decides that.
And how much money do you spend on rent? Because that would be justification for you building your home. Why would we continue renting if we can actually provide money, although we know it's spent, it goes into the same economy, but why would that eat into your budget if you can actually provide lump sum and you build your home?
Here in Kampala, we are spending 3.5 billion.
And you need 10 billion to construct a home?
No.
Yes, for the beginning.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Chair, the issue of constructing headquarters is very important for us.
Okay.
Thank you, Chair. The other priority is especially for production of prisoners' support. And we require 5.5 billion, but we have 2.65, and the shortfall is 1.9 billion. The other priority is in terms of prisons production, and we are talking about farms, farm machinery, then prisons industries. In terms of production, the annual requirement is 91.3 billion. We are allocating 14.7 billion, and the shortfall is 76.6 billion. The other priority, Chair, is in terms of prisons health services. And we are highlighting different areas, but the requirement is 21.6 billion, provision is 2.4, shortfall is 19.2 billion. In terms of logistics management, we are concentrating on the kitchen and energy saving stoves, then the ration stores, the hammer mills, and then operation of silos. That one we are providing 2.1 billion, and that is what is required. There is no shortfall. The other priority is safety and security. That is in terms of equipment and then the cannon units. We require 5.1 billion. We are allocating 3.9 billion. Shortfall is 1.2. The other key priority is information and communication technology, that is the ICT. And the key component is the CCTV cameras, which has been already highlighted. And for it, for the annual, we need 22.5 billion. Provided is 800 million. But however, Chair, we have the plan to have the CCTV cameras in all the prisons. But this has been phased over 5 years. So for the first 2 years, we need 65. So in the first year, we need 22.5. And that one will come in the other section of this presentation.
Okay.
Chair, if you can allow me to, that was part of development. Then recurrent, if you can allow me to go to non-wage, which is on slide 20, only highlight key items. No, slide 19 on non-wage. And the first key issue is prisoners feeding. For the projected prisoner population, we require 177.5 billion. However, in the budget, we have 143.7 billion. So there is still a shortfall of 33.8 billion. The other key issue, priority rather, is in terms of uniforms and beddings. That is for both staff and prisoners. We have shortfalls on staff uniform, on prisoners uniform, and prisoners beddings. And the requirements are as reflected, and we are also reflecting what has been allocated. In terms of, that is towards the end of slide 20, there is classified 10.6 billion. What has been allocated is 3.7 billion. For duty-free shop, we have allocated 100% requirement, which is 2 billion. On slide 21, we have the summary of some of the recurrent items. They are reflected as they are, and maybe on slide still on slide 21, the very last row, there is implementation of parole, which Deputy Commissioner General talked about. Its implementation requires 10.2 billion, but we are allocating only 700 million, so the shortfall is 9.52 billion. Slide 22, we are reflecting the priority on farming. That is in terms of phase 1, year 1 and year 2, which will cost 65 billion. Then phase 2 will be year 3 and year 4. It will require 76 billion. And then the last phase will be the 5th year, which will require 87 billion. I thank you, sir.
For that, your priorities are clear. They answer the of staff, just like police. These are our voters. They are sons and relatives of people who represent the Honorable Minister and myself and colleagues who are here. So